It's time for your Week 2 NFL preview. I'm Matt Ufford, joined as always by my friends Alex and Will. How's it going, guys?
Friends.
Nice. First up, Kansas City at Houston. Rematch of last year's wild card game. Brock Osweiler looked pretty good last week.
Who?
Oh, sorry. Cock Osweiler. Barack Hussein Obama.
Best quarterback in the world.
Tallest, that's for sure. Hey, barbecue. Both these cities like barbecue.
They're both fat as shit.
You know, I will say, we make fun of Houston a lot because it's a terrible city, but their barbecue is superior to Kansas City's.
But it's not their barbecue. It's Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
They just have the most people who can eat it.
They just have more oil fumes in it. Taste that? That's carcinogens. Will Fuller, Texans rookie who had more yards than DeAndre Hopkins in week 1. Went for 100 plus yards and a touchdown his first game ever. He's real good. And then Lamar Miller, 28 carries. That's a career high for him, right?
Yeah. He only had one other game in his pro career with more than 20. So.
He had 4 years in Miami?
Lamar Miller's like a fine wine. You don't want to drink him too early.
You know what, Lamar Miller? Take a walk. We want 30-year-old Arian Foster with a repaired torn Achilles.
And a running back who might not have a knee, Jay Ajayi.
Jay Ajayi is just a word scramble. I'm like, every time I see his name, I'm like, wait, what?
It sounds like what somebody's throat would just force out when they Jay Ajayi. Right?
On a positive note for the Chiefs, Spencer Ware, 129 yards receiving in week 1, plus almost 100 yards on the ground.
Yeah, he tore it up. Jadeveon Clowney has a pulse now.
Jadeveon Clowney back from the dead. The Texans are favored at home by 2.5 points. I'm going to go with the Texans. I think that the Chiefs looked like dog caca for most of the game against the Chargers and before they fell apart. I think the Texans have a lot more pieces that appeal to me.
I like Alex Smith. Good football player, that Alex Smith.
I'll take the Texans by a field goal.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Okay. Another wild card rematch to watch. Ooh, a lot of bad blood. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh, AFC North rivals.
Hottest rivalry in the game.
It's so hot right now. What I'm excited about in this game is potentially the 2 best wide receivers in the game. Week 1, Antonio Brown went for 8 for 126, 2 touchdowns, and some very, very sexy moves. He went for the third pump. Went for the third pump that gets you a flag in the NFL.
It was really good.
Yeah. I was into it.
If he worked here, I would get fired.
And then for the Bengals, of course, AJ Green, 12 catches on 13 targets for 180 yards and a touchdown. Cincinnati last week allowed 7 sacks against the Jets.
Yep.
So Cincinnati, I think, was super lucky to end up beating the Jets. Line on this game, as we shoot, is Pittsburgh by 3.5. I kind of like the Steelers by a touchdown here.
It's in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Late afternoon game that I'll be watching, much to my chagrin, is Seattle at Los Angeles. These teams, look out, combined to score 12 points in week 1, so...
Look out for fireworks.
Is JPP playing?
Russell Wilson in week 1 had his ankle stepped on by Ndamukong Suh. Surely an accident. That guy's as clean as they come. No, for real, it was an accident. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, like it was an accident. Oh, this is unfortunate. Every player on the Seattle offensive line is questionable.
Let's play a game called Who's the Best
Wait, let him
Seattle
finish
lineman?
the joke.
I want to kick you in the shin right now.
He's going to do a joke. Let him do the joke. The floor is yours, host.
No one's hurt, just everyone's questionable. Thanks, guys. Really, way to go.
I didn't realize there was a joke.
No, finish what you're gonna say.
Who's the best O-lineman on Seattle?
I would actually say that Justin Britt, their center, currently at his 3rd position on the offensive line in 3 years. He's a very good center, though. Rams looking to score some points this season, and who knows if it's going to be Case Keenum or maybe they'll activate the 1st overall draft pick this week. I don't know. Here's the Rams drive chart from week 1. Punt, 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 interception, punt, 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 interception, punt, turnover on downs. Yikes. Why are we previewing this game? It's going to be so bad.
Are you still making us come over to watch this game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My daughter's about to be born.
You don't know it's yours.
Yeah, I'm just going to take one.
Seahawks are favored by 3.5. I honestly don't know if the Seahawks can beat a team by more than a field goal right now. If I could get Seahawks by 1 or 1.5, I'd be more about it.
Rams plus 3.5. You think it's at all interesting an angle, Carroll back in the Coliseum?
No!
No!
Okay.
No!
No! Sunday Night Football. Oh, this was going to be a great matchup until Teddy Bridgewater's knee exploded. The Green Bay Packers at Minnesota Vikings. Week 1, the Vikings won comfortably, even though they scored 0 offensive touchdowns against, wow, that really tough Titans defense.
Well, at least Adrian Peterson's on top of his game, though, right?
Yeah, 19 carries, which is a great workload. 131 yards it was?
I think it was 31.
31.
Which is almost
31.
Which is almost multiple yards per attempt.
The Vikings are in a tough spot. Do they roll out 35-year-old, 36-year-old Sean Hill?
36.
Or do they throw Sam Bradford into the fire? Ooh, I don't know what I want more. Do I want to see Sean Hill struggle, or do I want to see Sam Bradford with a historically bad performance?
Oh, Bradford.
Aaron Rodgers had some amazing plays in week 1. Didn't finish with a great stat line. He hasn't thrown for 300 yards in what feels like forever, but a couple of those throws that he made on touchdown passes were just incredible.
Jalen Ramsey just hanging off his back.
I think that it's worth, I hate to have too much of a serious discussion about actual football players and their skill on the field. I know that's not really our brand here, but HaHa Clinton-Dix is an amazing safety. He makes at least one, usually more like 3 to 4 plays every week where I'm just like, oh man, he basically saved the game against the Jaguars. Broke up what could have been a touchdown pass to put the Jags ahead. Packers are favored in this game by 2.5 points. I'll take the Packers to win this one comfortably.
Pack.
Monday Night Football, great matchup. Sorry, did I say great? Because this is the Philadelphia Eagles at Chicago Bears.
Historic.
Is this a Thursday night game?
Look, man, they have like an hour to make the schedule in the offseason.
Was this Monday night game Buddy Ryan's dying wish? I think I'd be more interested in seeing actual Eagles versus actual Bears. It's a good fight.
Yeah.
Eagles and Bears, of course, also famous terms for kinds of gay men. Bears are big, hairy dudes. Eagles are bald pilots who are gay. Let's talk about Carson Wentz, the 2nd overall draft pick in this last year's draft. Started week 1 for the Eagles. Looked great against the Browns. This is an exciting proposition because Carson Wentz has the possibility to look really good against the Browns and the Bears, and Philadelphia fans are gonna get way too excited. This weekend, injuries I don't even like to talk about is Zach Ertz's displaced a rib near his collarbone. I don't even think about having ribs near my collarbone, but I guess displacing a rib near the collarbone?
Oh, I initially thought of it as like a rib that was lower got displaced all the way up to the collarbone.
We can't find it.
You don't need them out of place and they're jab it into your lungs and it hurts to breathe.
Well, you got 30 goddamn ribs and they grow back, so you're good.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's how you can eat a lot of ribs.
All right, let's make a case for the Bears. The Bears defense looked a great deal better than it did last year.
Yeah, nice front 7. A lot of questions in that secondary still, though.
The Bears are favored by 3 points in this one.
Is there a line for this game that you would read and be like, that sounds right?
I don't know what to expect because Carson Wentz did look really good in week 1, but he also played the Browns. Don't bet on this game. Do not bet on this game. You don't want to have any sort of emotional stake. Just let Jay Cutler's face be enough for you.
But if you do, bet on the Bears.
Really?
And if you do, bet everything you have.
Yes. It's the only way to do it.
Because your life's a sham.
I might say Eagles.
Really?
I don't know. I really like the Eagles defense.
You're going to be so wrong on this one.
So there you have it. Our picks for 5 games in week 2. Really should have done Tampa Bay versus Arizona. That's on us, and you're right to be mad about it. In the meantime, enjoy the games. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.